So I says, yo, it's all in the words.
Well, I tell them the one thing you have to look at, and the only thing you have to look at, is look at babies when they're born. When a child gets to be where they can go and reach and do anything, when they reach for something they know they're not supposed to, they look back at you.
Right.
They want to know if you're going to stop them because common sense tells them not to, but they want to know what their boundaries are.
Right.
That's just like when they start talking and some babies wind up saying no. Now, most babies don't tell their parents no. Only the babies that hear the word no all the time with no explanation say no to their parents.
Yep.
Because when you take something from a child, you say things to them, like, okay, this will hurt you, or this is the ouch. So they know that word goes with that, so they don't keep doing it.
It's common sense.
But I'm like, because children aren't born religious. They're born spiritual, right? Because they know the right and wrong. They know good and bad. Like, they know bad people from good people just by being around. You ever seen a child not want to go to somebody?
Exactly.
It's not because they're shy. It's because that's why you don't push your child to people. They know.
What's that one, quote unquote, the innocence of babes, or what is that little saying?
Oh, out of the mouth of babes. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, out of all the times you sit back and you see a child, an infant, I'm like, you could tell the ones who been tapped on that ass when, while they still in diapers, and the ones who hadn't.
Man, please. You see some ones that have been beat to death and still bad as hell. Because they don't get talked to, they just get beat. Yeah. You can't hit a child without explanation and expect that to be a difference. So people always say, well, no, he get beat. Yeah, he get beat. You don't get spoken to. You can't teach a child, baby girl, can you turn that down? You can't teach a child just by hitting them. Right. If you want to discipline a child, you have to use words as well. And that's the same thing with the timeout shit. You gonna throw a child in timeout, they know no consequences. And it's just the consequences. You put a child in timeout and that's all they do?
Yep.
You mean like childbirth delivery?
They ain't gonna know what they in the corner for.
Right, because I'm like, you'll sit in the corner. You ain't told them why they in the corner. Let me see if my daughter's online.
Boy, I remember going through the phase on here of having kids. When I was with Worthy, and she was she had a hospital open, and I was a assistant to her. I was helping folks go through their checkups. I think that was one of the coolest things about whenever I was fucking with Worthy, is going through that experience of being a pediatrician.
When is she supposed to deliver, Kane?
You don't want to be there. Man, that's a cool experience too. I remember being the replacement. One of my homegirls was having a baby and her dude wasn't online. That happened to me twice.
Oh. She better be careful where she go there, because some people don't play that either, because all that ain't called for. When's she supposed to be delivering? My daughter, the doctor, is on the way.
he said, he said, all that screaming and shit is just extra role play.
Yeah, it is. I don't be wanting to hear that either. I didn't do all that in real life, so I don't understand it. I didn't do it in real life, so I don't understand it, period. All that stuff they did on TV and stuff, I ain't never seen nobody do that stuff. I didn't been in the room with them delivering babies, they ain't never heard all that.
Yeah, I remember when my baby was born. You know, it was a few grunts, but yeah, she wasn't all that extra shit.
I ain't never heard nobody scream like that except on TV.
I'm behind off.
That's why you want a big ass in SL?
Ma, really?
Where'd that comment come from?
You screamed. She said she screamed her ass off.
Oh. You want some literally?
Okay, who want to deliver?
Zane over there, his girlfriend wants to deliver.
Hey, see, my thing is like, but my baby mama, like, she's one of those type of chicks that she likes to role play shit, and like she'll literally get on mic and be doing all that Lamar shit, and like screaming in the mic, and I mean that I don't care about, but like when she actually giving birth, like she'll really do the screaming and all that, and I don't want to hear all that.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay, so how it works at my clinic is, I'm sorry to say this, but you're not center of the attention. It's about the mother. And if she wants to get on the mic to scream, right, to every, it's free to do so.
Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I would mute her, that's all.
Yeah, it's just
that's what I said. I said I'm a mute her.
Listen, I done delivered pups before, and the girl got on mic and she was whining like a puppy.
Okay.
And she was actually like making whimpering noises. And when it came time for the babies, and she was howling.
Deep.
Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. I keep my sounds off so I don't hear y'all gestures. I don't hear no crying. I don't hear no hollering ass babies. I don't hear none of that.
Oh ma, she was on microphone talking like me and you.
Oh, I got that. I'm saying what I don't have. I turned it off because I don't want to hear all that stuff.
Yeah, I keep my voice off too. Or the sounds for the gestures.
Yeah. I turn all sounds off. I turn off ambient.
She's supposed to be going into birth in the next few days.
Well, I am okay. Let me properly introduce myself. I am Dr. Jalen Stein.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a little bragging because you know we gotta brag in this family. I am a well-renowned doctor. I run the best clinics on the grid. Award winner. Yes, about to snatch another one. But I am available anytime. You know, if I get off at 12 SLT, anytime after 12 SLT, I'm free.
That's what's up.
Okay, bet.
So if you want to get in touch with me, either message my mom. She can reach me before anybody real quick.
So I could just drop her off and come back.
No, you're not dropping her off. Unfortunately, you're gonna stay here.
Zane.
Funny.
Just hit my box and say I TP'd you. That's it. Ain't nobody gonna question me.
Can I just Uber her there and y'all can call me when she done?
No. So how it works?
You hear what I said? I said all you have to do is
heard you, Mom.
and they ain't gonna question you.
I heard. So how it works, Mr. Zane, is I don't do bed birth. I don't do tub birth. I do what's called an element birth, which means she needs to come either in a swimsuit, ready to take the bottom off, and you're gonna be wet.
I mean,
you're gonna be in the birthing lake.
Only she has to be in the swimsuit, right?
You can come in some swim bottoms because you're gonna be in there with her. You're her support partner.
Oh my god!
What's the two that you said you don't do?
You can do anything.
I don't do tub birth or bed birth. It's
I'm gonna be high as hell, Sola. I'm gonna be high like this, and
it's too traumatic. I mean, if you want to go look at the clinic, you could actually look at my pics and actually take a tour of the clinic.
Let me add you too. By the way, hold on. I'm gonna look there.
Oh, please do.
Right. So if you actually look, it's actually the last pic in my profile. Don't click the one that says Hearts and Minds University.
Talking about Hearts and Minds, right? The Family Medical Center.
Yes, that is my clinic. Feel free to drop down and take a look at it.
Hey, bet. I got you.
And Ma, I wanted to talk to you about a collab.
Okay.
About baby showers.
Okay.
You want me, because I have some of them ask, they can buy the package and I can include the baby showers. All I need to know is what fee is it, so
I have a
can add
question
it.
for you too, DJ.
No, it just depends if we just gonna do a standard or we gonna do a custom.
More than likely, probably a custom. Just give me a list of your prices that I can fit them into.
Do you do weddings?
Okay.
Like DJ wise?
Yeah, I can.
Hey, bet.
You know, my mama DJ too.
You say your mama DJs?
Of course. You're the presence of.
Well, I definitely need somebody DJ for my wedding. So.
Oh,
I do weddings too. I'm a wedding planner.
Oh, you is? I bet. I'm gonna get up with you then.
I do custom weddings. That means nobody on the grid will have your wedding ever.
Alright, well, you just gotta let me know prices and stuff. I got you. I'm gonna get up.
Look at that. You done stumbled into some network.
Again, let me tell you. With the custom weddings, give me a second, baby. With custom weddings, the reason why there is no package is because it tells me what you want. If you tell me you want the moon, and if I can create that, that's going to cost you moon money. You see what I'm saying?
So you price as you go.
Yeah, because it depends.
So it just depends on what I want. Is how much it's going to cost. Got you. Because
the wedding I'm working on right now is a rainbow wedding. And that is hot. Ooh! I showed the bride and she was like, oh my God. I was like, if you find with it, she was like, oh my God, I want to cry. I said, okay, don't want to let go.
I'm getting married.
I was definitely thinking of.
Congratulations to both of y'all though, for real.
I was
getting married to myself.
I was definitely thinking of like a pride wedding, but I feel like it's been done before.
I have done. I'm gonna tell you what I've done.
Not you per se, solo, but I'm saying
I'm saying what I've done so far.
Yeah, cause I was thinking about a pride wedding, cause me and my guy is getting married, but I just feel like a pride wedding's been done before.
Not the way I did this one. I do them different every time.
Wait. Back up. Oh, who's giving birth?
Back up, wait. Who's
giving birth?
What about the birth?
The baby mama? Your surrogate?
Yeah, I'm bisexual, so yeah, I got a baby mama on here, but we not together. I'm actually with a dude right now.
Hey, get it! I like it! No, I'm a very
Lord, my baby mama crazy because she don't want me with nobody. My baby mama don't want me with nobody.
Yeah, I told him when I met him that this family is full of everything.
Man, listen, I got gender neutral kids. I mean, one day you'll see them as my daughter, next day you'll see them as my son. I call them like I see them. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people like, oh, that's a female behind it. Oh, no. Do you see that attitude? Like anything, let me give you a word of warning. And my mama can tell you this. If you live on a sim that you share with other people, hey, don't put that in there.
Oh no, I don't share it with other people.
No. What I'm saying, I'm finna just tell you. And you ban them from your part, do you know they still can get on your land?
Right.
If you ain't got no hub, if you ain't got no, they can jump ban lines.
You just gotta fly up high enough, right?
Yeah, you gotta fly up high enough and fly right over them.
That's why the part of my land that I don't want people on is where my house is. So that's the only place where I have security. Cause I don't care if you be on the ground, you can do the fuck you want. But you ain't getting in my house.
But yeah, if you ain't got no orb on that little parcel of yours, they can fly right over them ban lines.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you start thinking it's like it's you or something. Like, what the hell did I do to this motherfucker that make him so crazy? Like,
No,
Hey,
it
I
don't
was
be you. Sometimes it just be crazy.
Cause it's like, it's not you. It's not
My
you
mama
acting
had
crazy as damn. So it's like, what the hell did I do to this motherfucker that he acted so crazy? Like,
I
wait.
had, listen,
I keep
one
it
day
crazy.
I'm sitting up there, right? The house chilling. And all I hear is, Heaven, I just want to talk to you.
Oh, dead. That nigga probably was standing outside with the jukebox too and everything like,
Damn,
never be alone.
Listen. My other friend was, they're like, who that? I don't know. And then we look outside, I look up, this fool was like literally y'all right at the front door. I was like, how you been? And after that, I said, man, let me get an orb. That's how I learned the hard way.
That's why even when I put up,
I don't know that. You gonna have to show me about them orbs, Heaven, cause y'all don't know nothing about them. I just do the band line, so.
I wish orbs are really
for nothing.
set up.
Get an orb.
Yeah, you can set the
Alright, well, can y'all suggest an orb to me or something?
Let me get it right now. I'm on Marketplace already.
Alright, bet.
I'm finna get you when I use
I don't
that
know
bad
nothing
boy.
about them orbs.
Make sure it's a beatable one.
Yeah, I will.
Make sure it's a beatable one.
Yes, ma'am. It's the one that if you want some, get it, go.
Cause if you get them non-beatable, people can fuck with them like somebody
people
else.
are really crazy
promise, this person right here, this orb right here, when I tell y'all it's the truth, and it's so easy to set up. That is the one I've been using for years, and I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
And what happens is, if you set it on passive, what'll happen is you will get a notification on your screen when somebody drop on, and it don't matter if you in a club at a set or whatever, and you're having fun. You don't have to leave it. It'll pop up on your screen and say, do you
can let
kick
people
them?
in or not.
Yeah, do you want to kick them, give them a temporary pass or anything? If y'all need help setting it up, y'all can let me know.
I put them on my real properties and everything.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna have you come over and set it up for me.
Okay, I can walk you through to set it up because you're gonna have to set it up.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to decorating.
I got one I call the Terminator. That mug.
My that one right there.
Nah, it's another orb that I got. I call it the Terminator.
Yeah, this one right here. Let me tell y'all something. They will that one will ban forever if you set it up like that.
Land them on the renters or whoever, the people that rent.
When y'all see that pops down, when y'all come over to the house, that's the one I use right there.
No, okay.
But yeah, DJ Polet, it don't matter if you deed your land to a group. All you have to do is deed that orb to the same group and it's set up. That's it.
That's cool.
Yeah, just deed it to the group, and then you just click the buttons what you want. You want the range, you just click the button for the range and put the number you want in. If you want to do the whole parcel, it'll tell you to do the whole parcel.
Yeah.
If you want to do time, if you want it to be instant kick, it do instant kick.
And you can set up a temporary pass, like, okay, I just want them to come over here for a little bit.
Right.
For hours.
For like an hour, 30 minutes, or so on and so on. I think it goes up to 3 hours. After 3 hours, they thing expires, and then you get another notification on your screen.
I don't get nobody longer than an hour if I'm doing tips.
I think I got like 5 orbs in my inventory. It's just, I'm glad you're talking about this because I'll get an updated one.
Yeah,
They have not even updated this one because it's good. It don't
good. You don't need to update it.
They have not updated because I didn't had this one since I met you, Padre.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they don't update them because they don't. You don't need to.
Is this the same one that she just put the link to?
Yeah.
Cool.
This is my first orb. I ain't bought none but the same orb since.
Yeah, because it's not a copy, but I mean, if you pick it up before you move, give me all that.
I'll put it on the screen because I'm recording all this that we're talking about. So whenever someone look at this video, they're gonna see this on my screen and go to it too.
You could have told me that I would have been camera ready.
That's why I stay camera ready. Look at it. See how hot I am all the time.
I I gotta go finish decorating because I got the
Hey,
trying to
so
finish
I just bought it. You got some free time right now, Heavy?
Yeah, come on, it'll take only about 5 minutes.
Alright, bet. I'm gonna
Yeah,
TP you.
Alright, it was good meeting you two.
To me, I'm around over.
That's your uncle right there talking to you.
Oh, for real? Oh, hi.
Hold on, let me frame
Yeah.
you real quick before you bounce out.
Yeah, windstorm.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
I
you
thought you
too.
met him, Seven.
I don't think I have. Did we meet?
Got some candy in that purse. Cheese, something.
I got some sugar-free cough drops.
Nah, you. Yeah.
No. I didn't know that Snicker bars had a big ass candy bar. That's like a long log. I say it's a good 6 inches or longer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's a foot long, ain't it? Ain't it about a foot long?
I'm up.
Yeah.
Ain't it
And
the
it's
king
not-
size one?
No, I don't know what it is. It's big and
I'm
thick,
up.
like a cake, huh?
Got a BU dining thing under there.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
a sign. It's a sign for when I was doing
Oh. Okay. No. Okay. Love y'all. Goodbye.
Alright then.
Love you too. Take care.
Yeah, I was gonna do a video on two topics. You know, the way that the industry, quote unquote, they are trying to bully Kyrie Irving, and then I saw this video about 50 Cent trolling Terry Crews. I think that's old though.
yeah, when he was talking about what he was me
Sexually
too
harassed.
in the industry.
Yeah. 50 was like, and I noticed on the video that I was watching, it was quite a few other people that thought that Terry Crews should have did something physical, and it's like, man, don't you know how dangerous it is for us already? The fuck?
Well, see, that's the reason why when that Bill Cosby stuff came out and people were saying that Bill Cosby did this and Bill Cosby did that, and I'm like, talking about, they were worried about their jobs. Like, one, Bill Cosby didn't have that kind of power because he was a black man in the industry.
Right.
That's the reason why he was having problems, because he wanted to buy that team. You notice that his problem popped up when when white folks thought he was going too far.
With that NBC or something like that?
Yeah, when he wanted to buy the Cleveland Browns first.
Oh, the team. Okay.
Yeah. So, because he had the money, but, they didn't want him to own that team. And then, because most of the time, like, when Oprah bought her channel, they gave her grief. She didn't actually put her channel together until years after she had already bought it. They didn't want that channel up.
Is that right?
That old channel. Yeah, she talked about it. Yeah. But the reason is, like, they like us to be seen if we're their entertainment. They don't like us to be seen if we're informative.
Or have some time.
That's why they're good for saying, well, they don't want you to have the format to be informative. You can be entertainer, but you can't be informative.
Right.
Because you have to think about all the true black leaders, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. It wasn't about their popularity. It was about their being popular informatively. You understand what I'm saying? Because if they could have been stepping fetches and been entertainers and said some things and nobody paid no attention and nobody would have cared.
Right.
You can be as political as you want to. Like Cynthia Green in Georgia, when she was independent, but some of the stuff she said stepped over the line of being, rational. So nobody paid her no attention, but she said a lot of good shit.
Okay.
So nobody took her seriously. But if you're informative and people are listening to you because everything you say is rational, and people still listen and they get more people to listen, then you become a danger.
Like Dick Gregory.
Right. Like I said, like Malcolm X, like they gotta do something to get rid of you. Cause that's why I said if I'm gonna tell you, Tupac was dangerous at first, and then he became not dangerous.
Yeah.
But he was dangerous long enough till even the legacy that he left behind, they had to try to destroy.
Right.
So you have to think about that. Biggie wasn't dangerous.
No.
But Biggie and Pac had a beef. So they used that. And people don't understand that. The industry will use whatever it takes to keep black folks
And
in
they
line.
didn't really even have a beef. They just whispered
It was
in
just,
Tupac's ear too much bullshit.
But you have to understand, it's like when you start being the person of reason and you have a platform to get that reason out there. Look at how Nipsey. Look at Nipsey. People want to say, some things that I don't believe in coincidence.
Right.
He was gonna go to that summit.
They straight assassinated.
When Nipsey was going to go to that summit, and as soon as he said he was going, look what happened.
Yep. And I hate the way they use words and to throw you off. It's like, if an assassination is assassination, then call it what it is.
Look how they don't call Trump treason. What do they call it? Exactly. Insurrection. What is an insurrection? It's treason. So why don't you use that word? Because it's powerful. If you're going to say insurrection, half them rednecks don't know what insurrection means. Half these black folks don't know what insurrection is. People who don't live, who are not in this country and understand the words, don't know what that is. They have to educate themselves in the words. And who wants to? People have the information at the tip of their fingertips, and they don't even Google on SL. They rather fight about something than find out for real if it's true or not. But then there's so much misinformation that if you're not educated in the ways of what miseducation is and misinformation is, then you're still going to fall for the okie doke.
If you just sit in there ear hustling and don't do your own research.
But there are words that everybody knows. Treason. Yeah. We've been hearing about treason, whether it be United States or Britain or any other European country. They know what treason is. They use treason on those old movies, so you know what treason is.
Yeah.
But insurrection, how often y'all talked about insurrection when they talked about slaves? What happened in the Virgin Islands when the slaves insurrected and took over the islands and killed all them white folks? That's why they use certain words. Yep. Right. And that's why I tell people, if they use the words that's supposed to be used, these white folks won't be so puzzled. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't insurrection, it was patriots. No. You can be a patriot and be ignorant to the fact that what you're doing is treason.
Yep.
You can't be a patriot and be, storming the Capitol, though. That is the most sacred place as far as being a patriot.
But if you believe, this is the whole thing about it. If you believe that stuff was done illegally and you are being cheated, then you don't believe that that's the president, right?
Right.
So to you, that's the coup. So you can storm it. But the point is even though they did that, it's because they're doing it with the guise of people saying legitimizing that stuff. And they all should be charged with treason.
Right.
Because if you, like the difference between what they do about black people and white people when it comes down to riots. If it's white people, they got rowdy. If it's black people, they were rioting. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So when you look at how they say they stormed the Capitol, they didn't say they stormed the Capitol. They said that the police waved them through. Now in certain areas on videotape, that's true, but not all of them. So what do you explain how the cops got hurt? See, because
the one that they ran up the stairs calling him a nigga, that cop, he waved them in, really?
No, I'm saying that, but there are clips of cops waving them in because they were police on the side of the insurrectionists.
Yeah, but you said that it wasn't all of them. That's what I was saying too.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. They show some. So when one channel is showing the cop waving them in, and you on that side, and the other side showing the truth, which one you gonna believe if you don't want to believe the truth?
Oh, I believe that cop really did wave them in because he was in agreement with them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said there were not only were there cops, there were Secret Service,
there was
FBI
politics. Remember the politician that was sitting there waving and throwing up peace signs and trying to be in solidarity with them, but then he ended up running up out of there because they was chasing him too.
That's what I'm saying. When you in the middle of it, like all of them was saying, "Oh, Trump wrong for this and he wrong for this," but then soon everything quiet down and he's like paying people. Then they're like, "Oh, but no, it was just a peaceful protest." How was it peaceful when people died?
Nah, and there wasn't nothing peaceful about that.
Okay, then they'll say, "Well, nobody got arrested in the riots with George Floyd," and I'm like, nobody died. But you wanted everybody thrown in jail, but nobody died. People died. The cops you say you stand up for, you kill cops. You try to kill cops. But you the person that say, no, all that baloney.
But we so pro police. We so pro police, but y'all done killed several cops. Not just one.
And hurt
on accident. Y'all was macing them. Y'all was beating them. Y'all was doing everything you could possibly do, like fighting them. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
There was even a clip. There was a clip that
I don't believe them people got punished enough.
They got. They did. They still. Some of them still in trial. Like the dude who said that Sandy Hook was a farce.
Oh man, they him.
And now he getting his money back because now they put money in his coffers and and he's selling shit and he doing all this. I'm like, he should have been allowed back on cable or anything else. He should have been banned. Like they get them kids that get banned from using computers. They should have banned him from the television.
For false information.
Well, yeah,
that was terrible. People lost their children. You sitting there talking about it's a hoax. Really?
It pisses me off that you can look at Donald Trump, and he should be the ultimate example of how the government turns a blind eye when they are on their bullshit. Donald Trump should never have gotten in office, especially since he was being, who was that, FBI or whatever, was checking into him before he was even running for the presidency. I mean, how you gonna let somebody run for president when they are being investigated?
Because they didn't want
money.
They didn't want Hillary.
Because money.
They didn't want Hillary. Just look at if anybody else had been running besides Hillary, if Hillary wasn't running, the Democrats would have won.
Right.
But the powers that be, though, you can't deny that.
They didn't want Hillary in there.
They didn't want Hillary for sure.
I tell when people was voting for Hillary, I was like, that's a wasted vote. And I was like, I understand that people, you want to vote parties, but see, I learned a long time ago, especially being my father was political and held in office. When I went to the seminars with him, they tell you people do not vote agendas. They vote personalities and any big ticket somebody's slogan. Because if you would have paid attention, the shit Hillary was running on was what? What was she running on? You can't remember shit.
Nah, that's right. I forgot.
Right. You're right.
But what was Bernie running on?
Bernie was on some real shit.
Yeah. Bernie was on some
He was talking about social things with with taxes and wages and school. See, but I'm saying you remember. But my point is you remember. Hillary wasn't running on shit. She was run because she felt like she was owed that position because Obama stole it from her. Cause she was like, she thought she had that to, mama, I'm running against a black man. Oh, I got this. That she did. And she almost had it because of Jeremiah White. Right.
Man, I get so tired of this country, but yet I like the freedoms.
I'm just saying, I've been through a lot of them. And I tell these folks that come up and want to talk about our country, I'm like, and tell me what's good about yours. Because if that's the truth, why are your folks trying to come over here? Because I don't know nobody that moved to Canada. I don't know nobody who moved to Germany. I don't know nobody. I know brothers that stayed over there, but they didn't move to it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
They didn't give up their citizenship. Yeah, they didn't give up their citizenship. They just stayed.
And it's like, as far as free healthcare, all you need to do is just live over there for a period of time in order to
Man,
get
please.
it right.
If you go to another country and you get hurt, they gonna see you.
Regardless.
Right. Just like when somebody come over here to this country and get hurt, they gonna get seen. You get hurt, you gonna get seen. They might not give you no further treatment, but you're gonna be seen. I've seen it. Being in the hospital, I've seen them turn people down. Well, your insurance doesn't cover this, and we need this amount of money before we start. So we can recommend that you go somewhere else, but we won't be doing it here. I've seen that shit. I have seen it.
Fuck.
But that's why most doctors have foundation. That's why I tell people, pay attention to who your doctors are. You take more care to buy a car than you pick a doctor. You don't do no research on your doctors. You just accept him for who he is. Why?
It's crazy.
I tell people all the time, why don't you pay attention to who your doctors are? I did that for my daughter for even in school. I wanted to know who her teachers were. I did my research on them. I was like, no, she can't be her teacher. I done came up in this school and seen them kids crying up in that classroom. Nope, something got to be wrong with her for all the kids be crying. Come on, be for real. I came to my daughter's school one time, and all the kids were crying in the classroom, and there was a substitute up in there. I said, somebody need to go get that substitute because every kid in the classroom crying. And they was like, are you serious? And no, I wouldn't say it if I wasn't. Well, she done told them they can't go to the pizza party. So you're a substitute and you tell the kids they won't go to a pizza party. That's torture to a child. So you got this bitch up in here torturing children. And people looking at that like, some people look at that like, oh, it's just a pizza party. Okay, but you didn't ask me how old the kids was. Cause remember I said it's elementary school, right? Mm-hmm. So at what age do you think it's okay to tell a whole class of children they can't go to a pizza party? What could they have done?
I myself have to pay attention to a lot of shit too, cause I have allowed some shit to happen to me, and it's angry. It makes me angry because I don't pay attention to the fullest extent. You know what I mean? And then it's like afterwards, you know, it's that shoulda, woulda, coulda syndrome, and I'm like, man, I just have to get better. But each time I tell myself that I need to get better, I end up not paying attention to something again.
We all get caught up in that, but sometimes you gotta ask yourself, and when somebody tries to tell you that something's going on, and they stick to it and don't come back, then you should be aware then. At that point, you have to be aware.
On that level there, yeah, I'm locked in on that. It's those last minute moments that I get caught up in. You know, it's like
like some of my children belong to other people. I didn't get dragged into that, well, they not my kid because of this and that. I ain't had no problem with them, so I can't get rid of them. I can't get rid of somebody just because of you. But at the same time, I'm not going to watch you get used or hurt either. I can't watch it.
Yeah.
I can love you from afar. That's just like our friendship. I stay friends with you,
Right.
but I couldn't watch somebody do what they were doing, and I couldn't watch that.
Right. You even you spoke your mind a few times, and then after that you threw your hands up. Was like, you gonna do what you gonna do, bro.
Yeah, because I don't butt in anybody's relationship
Mm-hmm.
because we all grown and we make decisions. But at the same time, if I see somebody doing harm to you, I can't watch that.
Yeah.
And that's what I get mad about, people watching.
What's that show that used to come on about, what was it? What would you do? Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I know me personally, it's a lot of situations I'm not fucking with because I have to look at it. It's so many questions that come to mind. What I'm talking about is like seeing two people argue in public. It makes me think to myself, how long have they been together, and who could have left before getting into this situation? And why am I going to stick my neck out for somebody who's just going to stick with this person in the first place?
Look, it ain't even about if they gonna stick with them. It's if they're in danger at the moment. Because as a stranger, I don't give a fuck how mad you get at me. But am I safe in saying something? Because if they're just arguing, I'm gonna let them argue. If he look like he gonna get physical, I'll say something and get help because I'm not finna fight nobody for you.
Right.
Now I can offer you a ride home, and we can go now, but I ain't finna wait for him to come back for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all can argue at home. You can go home. You can do whatever you need to do. But as far as I'm getting involved, because I just seen too many things in my real life to know that things are possible.
I had this ism to where I would say, I won't jeopardize my happiness. I don't think that's right. And I had to get wise to the point where it was like, man, I have to make certain adjustments in my personal life to where I may have to jeopardize a little bit of happiness to get more out of a situation. So it was like, man, I had to sit back and grow up a lot more. Even though that phrase still sits strongly within me, it's just depends on the situations now. But I know for sure that if I can't trust you enough to have you sit at my damn dinner table, I can't fuck with you.
Say that again.
If I can't trust you enough to sit at my dinner table, then I can't fuck with you.
I'm gonna go one further. If you've never sat at my dinner table, you're not my friend.
True.
Because people always say, well, she's my friend. She ever been at your house? No. Has she ever spent the night? No. Have your kids spent the night at each other's house? No, then that ain't your friend. I got family that would never come to my house.
Right.
I don't trust them. Just because they blood don't mean them trustworthy.
Right.
And just because they blood don't mean I owe them no loyalty.
Yep.
I don't know you. I didn't grow up with you.
I think there's a problem with people putting their energy into folks who just don't give a fuck about them.
Well, I say that because that's why it's easy for me to do it on SL. If you don't love me and I know you don't love me, I don't have no reason to be around you. I can't be that phony person. Because I can love you from afar. I can love you. I can say, hey, I can ask you to come around. But the people that's around you that I know don't mean good for me or you, I can't go around that. Because I know my tongue. I can be savage. And why am I going to waste my energy on that?
Be right back, y'all.
All right.
Okay, baby. So that's why I didn't go around certain people.
Yeah. Right now, I keep seeing. It's like right now there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 invitation mass TPs, and I can't go to none of them. It's one of them things where time and time again, it's the same thing I've told you before. You know what I'm saying? I go to check in on somebody and there's no response. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why put my energy into these people anymore? And then I just got to the point where I don't even cut nobody's cards no more. I think after the last time we talked, that was the last time that I thought about cutting anybody's card. Cause I'm just like, man, it's the same thing as giving them folks my energy, and I can't do
No,
that.
it's not. Let me tell you why the difference is.
What's that?
When people don't mean nothing to you, they're not your friends. And if they're not your friends and there's no benefit from it, your list is supposed to be the people that give you comfort, even if it's in business. They're doing business with you, so that's comfort. If they're, somewhere, the people that you talk to, then that's comfort. If they're a friend of a good friend and they still talk to you in a respectful manner, that gives you comfort. But if there's no comfort, that's not the reason to be on your list. That's like allowing somebody in your yard for no reason, because that's what it is. That's your yard. Why are they in your yard?
Yep, I know that for truth.
So if I don't know that you have a dislike towards me, is one thing. But once I know, that you ain't got no love for me, I don't do it.